Suzuki isn't selling a car, it's selling a time machine.
Suzukis are designed to last. A lifetime, lifetime, lifetime.
We love it. We'll take it.
Suzuki.
I think the hair drink just kicked in. I've got one question. I love that line, for fun's sake.
Yeah.
What's more fun than a car your dog can die in? No wonder they only sell to Scooby-Doo villains. If I was a dog, I'd get in this car. Russell, can an ad have too much plot?
You know, I'm really interested in this ad because you got to hang in there, don't you?
Yeah.
You'd have to hang in there with the commercial, but I don't know. I mean, when was the last time a car brand said, actually had in their mind, we're going to tell people that this is the only car they ever need to buy? And that to me is new, because we're actually saying, you know, one acquisition by Family X will satisfy us as a brand. And so that's what I'm intrigued about. And I suspect it's because of the status of the economy. I suspect it's because the situation that we're in now, i.e. cost of living, it is expensive in order to go out and buy a car. It is something that perhaps in the past I might have turned over every 7 years. But you know what? Buy a Suzuki and it is going to last you until you're a grandparent. So I am very intrigued by I think it's a brand new message in the market. And so therefore I say good on them. What is interesting, though, because for fun's sake, I really do like that line. I think for Suzuki, for fun's sake, it's a cracking line. It's got nothing to do with this ad.
Yeah,
so
that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think strategically, that's where I get stuck too. Of going, I get the line around, you know, it lasts forever, and then in between, at the end, you see on the wall it says "fun forever" as well, or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's too many messages for one. I love the proposition of going, you're going to last a long time, but again. And there's the reality of that, of going, if you were going to talk to me from a realistic point of view, maybe it's, okay, it's going to last generations. You know, show that journey of going, it goes from parent passing it on to someone, et cetera, et cetera. But executionally, I feel like what happened along the way, like, it's like it started somewhere, and you just know, right? People were probably sitting in the room as it kept going through rounds, and everyone's like, that's a great idea, that's a great idea. So it's almost like, you know, when you're like with your partner, and your partner puts on a bit of weight, and if you're in the room, you're not gonna notice. But like somebody who sees them after 6 months is gonna watch and be like, dude, you put on weight. Yeah. This ad is like anybody who watches from outside goes, what just happened? But I can see the journey, like where you were going with it.
Yeah.
And was that a personal message to your partner?
They haven't mucked around, though, have they? I mean, they've spent a lifetime's worth of money on making the commercial. I mean, that's a big production. Yeah. So maybe it's their intent that this is a commercial which is going to last a long time, you know, just as long as the car has.
It was also weird, like, I wondered if it was a nod to petrol cars will be in the future. Because it's the only car on the road and all the other cars are flying.
Yeah.
It's probably not a good thing, is it?
What, that they're the one that's held out? Everyone's out in flying cars and they're like, nah, we just like, our dog died in this car, mate.